Hello and welcome back to one of our mini training sessions on Workbooks CRM aimed at existing Workbooks users or indeed anyone seriously looking at Workbooks as a new CRM system. And in this one, we're going to cover the top 5 marketing features of Workbooks CRM. Now, as experienced Workbooks users, you're already familiar, hopefully you're already familiar with the basics of the platform, all the key things it does. Today, we're going to take a deeper dive into how you can leverage, use your workbook system specifically for your marketing activities and efforts, helping you transform your CRM from just a simple contact database. It's got to be more than that, into a powerful marketing engine. So you're already recording, hopefully, lots of valuable information about your companies and contacts and inquiries you're dealing with. Now let's use that information proactively to promote your business. We're covering a lot of ground in this session, so it's just really going to be a summary of 5 key areas that will help you take your marketing to hopefully the next level. First, we're going to explore the techniques for lead capture and tracking those in your CRM system, showing you some features you may not be using right now. Then we'll go into how to use your CRM data for more targeted and effective email marketing campaigns. Maybe just starting off with simple stuff, but then getting on to some more advanced, more sophisticated campaigns. So we're going to cover campaign management as well, thirdly, for more of those sort of complex, multi-channel, multi-activities that you might be running. You might be doing online events, offline events, doesn't matter. Workbooks can really help you then. We've got loads of customers using that are doing events offline, online, using Workbooks very successfully for that. Following that, we'll delve into trying to then automate it all together. So saving you time, reducing the manual effort, making sure the right things happen to the right people at the right time for those kind of smart workflows that is going to save you time. And then finally, we'll wrap it up with, if you're a manager, you're in charge of marketing, how can you use Workbooks to tell you about what's working well, what isn't working so well, the kind of analytics that Workbooks is so good at doing in so many areas, and especially in marketing. So tracking those KPIs just to help you measure and improve your marketing activities going forwards. Now, this event, as I say, is just going to be an overview of these 5 areas. If you want to dive deeper into these, if there's anything new for you, and you think, oh yeah, that sounds interesting, then please reach out to us at Wizard Systems. We'd be happy to advise you going forwards. Right, just a bit of introduction. My name is Tim Wilmot. I'm joined by my colleague Stuart Lawrenson-Hyde. I'll over to him very shortly. And our company, Wizard Systems, we're a leading independent CRM solutions provider of systems like Workbooks. And we help out organizations use simple and affordable solutions to address their sales, marketing, what we're talking about today, marketing and customer service productivity. So thanks very much for joining us, those of you on here live, or indeed if you're watching a recording. The audio part of this call is one way only. If you've got any questions, of course, we'll have the inevitable Q&A session at the end. If you've got any questions specifically about marketing with CRM, then as you think of them, pop them into the questions section on your meeting control panel, and then Stuart and I will do our best to handle that at the end. Okay, let me hand over to my colleague Stuart then, and he'll take us through these kind of a summary, a heads up view of these 5 key areas.
So we're going to break down these top 5 marketing features in Workbooks. So let's start with part 1. Let's start at the beginning. Who are we emailing? Are they existing contacts, or are they leads? And if they're leads, how did we decide to qualify them for a campaign that we've got running? The simplest way is scoring. And how do you qualify these leads? And I can show you a simple method, but some really clever systems out there that can elevate this. So I've got a lead open at the moment. This is Paige's record. And on this system, we've created a field that returns the value from a report and displays it as a number. To help the user, it also changes the color of red, amber, green. So I said behind this field is a report that it's looking at various fields on the lead record. Now, let me give you an example. I can see here that the telephone number and the job title are blank. So let's add some details. I'll make Paige the manager. I'll give her a telephone number. And I'll save the record. And straight away, I've got a brand new number and green, pretty much saying that this record is good. You've got all the information you need. And it's something I think I can now work with. Tim, I just wondered if you had anything you could add to qualifying leads or lead scoring?
Yeah, I mean, leads is a very important part of most proper CRM systems, and it's relevant to most business types. So when you get a new inquiry, you may not know too much about them. You may not have qualified them as regards their fit for your products and services. So you put them in, the basic information you've got, you put them in as a lead. I mean, this example here, maybe when we get the inquiry from Paige, we only know her name, maybe her email address, or, just basic information, but we want to add to it. We want to qualify that contact. And the more information we can put in, there's this kind of little algorithm in the background that's working for you. You decide, if job title is not important for you, then it doesn't matter. You just change the rules there to adjust that scoring system. But that scoring is going to be really useful when your salespeople are dealing with loads of leads. Maybe you go to a show, you do an event, or you do some kind of big activity, and you get a whole bunch of leads, maybe hundreds, and you've got limited time or limited people to work on those leads. So lead scoring is a really useful way to help you identify those critical hot leads that you should be contacting first. And then, of course, when you've got time, you then can work back through the lower quality stuff. So you're going for the low hanging fruit first of all, and then the more unqualified contacts or leads that may not be exactly right for you. You don't have all the information. You can do those as a sort of second pass. Yeah. So lead scoring, really important.
Brilliant. Thank you. Right. So once we've got these records, we can think about how we're going to contact them. And with Workbooks, we've got a few ways in which we can email them or market to them. There's direct email, and there are marketing integrations. MailChimp, Spotlight, and there's a new integration with Force24, and we'll have more on that in about a week or two, and we can hopefully take people through that one. Now, regardless of the package you choose, the process is similar. Get your records, add them to a mailing list, like so, and email that list. Now, this is a mailing list. I took my leads, I added them to this list on the members tab here, and now I can go into MailShot, click on MailShot, and email these people. Now, the thing to bear in mind here, if it's just a simple MailShot, is I won't be tracking them. I won't know if they've opened it. I won't know if they've clicked on a link in it. I'm just deciding I want to group these records together. I want to email them all in one go. So that's fine. When people respond, I'll just reply or forward it in the usual way. Now, what if there's a slightly better way of doing what we've covered so far? And this is where campaigns come in. Now, this is a container that holds all that information we've been playing with so far. The people we're going to email, type of campaign we're going to run, and it's worth remembering, as Tim mentioned, that not all campaigns are email marketing. Workbooks helps you create a whole host of campaigns to suit your requirements, from direct emails, email blasts, telemarketing, trade shows, so on-site and and virtual. It all is aimed at putting you inside this campaign where you'll control all the members and how you contact them. So once you've created the campaign, you decide how you're going to handle it. It could be a simple mail shot, an advert for a new or updated product. It could be a monthly newsletter or a selected group of contacts in a particular area. The campaign is where you store all this information. You store your contacts, you store the statistics, you store the mailing list, the group of people, and you store all the various mail shots that you will target to these people. Right, let's keep moving. So we created a list of records that we want to email. We've decided to build a campaign to store them, and we'll use a marketing application to send out all these emails. What do we do with the responses? And in some cases, the non-responses. And this is where automation comes in. Workflows that guide the recipient of the email through the campaign. And a brilliant example of this is Spotler's workflow application. So I've got a simple one set up here that's running in Workflow. And the scenario is that I've built a group of records. I've sent them an email, and the email is time limited. If they respond within 24 hours, a nice green arrow, they'll go into another campaign where they'll be sent an email with a discount code. If they didn't respond in 24 hours, the red arrow, they'll be sent an email that sort of says, unlucky this time, good luck next time. Now, this is an easy one, but it shows you how you can automate a system to take care of your campaign for you. You set the criteria, the yeses and the nos, and the workflow handles the rest. So we've built the leads and the records. We've qualified them. We've added them to a campaign. We've emailed them, and we've used a workflow to control it. The last part is how we check on things are going. This is reporting and dashboards. Now we have a lovely dashboard here. This can quickly show you how your campaigns are going, who's dealing with the leads, where the leads are coming from. Of course, you can create your own dashboard to show as much or as little information as you require. You could also include this dashboard on your Springboard so that it's visible when you log into Workbooks. So there we have it, 5 tips to get your marketing working in Workbooks. Tim, it's back to you.
Yeah, thanks very much, Stuart. So, as I say, just an overview of these 5 areas, starting off with leads. If leads isn't relevant to you in your business, then there's no problem. You can just disable that element of it. But yeah, making sure we are recording the leads. They're not sort of slipping through a net. And then we went on to emailing. You might want to start off with simple emailing. Maybe you've not tried email marketing before, but we're believers in companies maintaining really good, strong email lists, subscriber lists, because that kind of activity you've got control over. If you're doing lots of promotions through social networks like Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, you've got no way of controlling the deliverability of your messages and posts and trying to work out the algorithm that those platforms are controlled by. Email marketing, you're more in control. You've got a better chance of getting your message through to a targeted audience. So keep building that list in Workbooks, and consider the 3 platforms that we integrate with Workbooks. So Stuart mentioned doing simple mailings directly from Workbooks. I think you're allowed a few hundred of those per day, but there's no tracking. You can send the email out. We've got email templates in Workbooks. You can send a nice looking email, but there's no tracking. So most people would want to know, was that email open? Did they click on a link? And then also tracking, mailing preferences as well. So that's where MailChimp, Spotler, Gator, Spotler or Gator, and Force24 come into play, helping you get those responses back into your CRM system, sharing the responses of those messages back in your CRM where everyone else can see it, rather than just the marketing person can see it. every other customer-facing person can see the results of those marketing activities. Then we touched on campaigns for more extensive, multi-step, bigger budget activities like going to a show, launching a new product, going into a new area. That's where that can be very strong. You might have seen on the screenshots there, chance to put in budgets. How much is this campaign going to cost you? And that's where Workbooks can be really strong in the ROI reporting because we're tracking in CRM the potential business we're getting from a customer. And then when we get the order, we can track the order in Workbooks. Not all CRM systems can do that. Not all CRM systems can understand financial transactions, but Workbooks can. We've then got the holy grail of a CRM system by matching the two up together and giving you true ROI on a marketing activity. So you went to that show last year at the NEC, you got 300 leads from it. How much business did you get when you're wanting to rebook your stand, or you've got the marketing people, the exhibition people knock on your door? You then got better information at hand to know the true return on these different marketing activities. And then next step, think about automating these steps as well. Okay, so if you're doing things repetitively, you want to make sure that in a sort of unattended way, you want the system to, and you may need some additional software for this, but there's workflow in Workbooks to, working on triggers and actions, or creating that sequence of emails. Email number 1, week later, email number 2, and then if they did respond, don't send email number 3 because they responded. Okay, so getting that little bit of intelligence into that marketing activity there with automation and workflow. And then finally, we touched on the lovely dashboards we've got in Workbooks. There's some sample ones that come with Workbooks, but ideally you get into it yourself. They're really easy to create, and so many different graph types as well. And they are there to help you make decisions. Did that campaign work? Have we followed up on all these leads? And just helping you make decisions and see what's working well. So hopefully that was of use to you. Some of it, you may be familiar with as well. Some of you seasoned Workbooks users out there. Some of it may be completely new to you, but we're here to help you. We've got lots of experience with implementing CRM. CRM is the only thing we do. We do supply a number of different CRM solutions, but Workbooks is one of our more popular Workbook solutions. And we provide, as you may know, the total service around Workbooks. So setting it up for you, advising on how to use it, training, integrating it with other applications, and the ongoing support as well. We're here to help you get the most out of the platform. Right then, have we got any questions? Stuart, I think there's a couple that have come in so far. First question from Brian. We've just started using Workbooks. Okay, good for you, Brian. Happy to have you on board. And we have used MailChimp for a few years. How do we get our good question. How do we get our subscribers into Workbooks? You don't want to. We may have some duplicated data there as well. So, what do you think about that, Stuart?
First, the answer is yes, you can. You can use the export feature from MailChimp. It'll export as a CSV. And then the beauty of Workbooks is there's nearly 30 import templates that you can use. And one of them is marketing campaigns. So you can bring that information into the system and update your subscriber list, update your anybody that's unsubscribed, to make sure that when you move forward in Workbooks, all that information is carried forward.
Yeah, with MailChimp, you may have different subscriber lists. We may have one, but you may have multiple. And there might be an argument where you might leave some of them in MailChimp, really low quality stuff, or you say you've been using it for a few years. Maybe they're really out of date contacts. So it's a good chance on that import of leads or contacts or subscribers into your workbook system. It gives you an opportunity to do a bit of data cleaning. And yeah, we have covered this on a few other events. The data duplication features of workbooks to make sure that you've only got one record for that person and not multiple ones. Yeah, so thanks for that, Brian. Right, next question from Andrea. Can we link the contact forms on our website to workbooks for new inquiries?
Oh, yes. That was another one of our previous 101s.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Workbooks has web to lead, which is a brilliant feature that builds a capture form. You then hand the code over to your web person. They put that onto your website, and when someone clicks the submit button, obviously you can email that person back saying thank you for your response, but it can put that information straight into workbooks for you, and as it's come off a capture form, going right back to the lead scoring, that could be given quite a high score because of where it came from, and drop them straight into a campaign.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a good idea to join up those forms with workbooks and get them into the system as leads. How many times have you filled in forms on some vendor's website and you never hear back from them? That's probably because they're not using a system like this. So yeah, you've got to link those forms. If you're getting lots of, not everyone gets bucket loads of leads from their website, from contact forms, but if you are, and at the moment you're copying and pasting from an email or something, there's a better way. Honestly, there's a better way. So link it to workbooks and think about when that lead hits your CRM system, what should happen to that lead? Are you going to send them a thank you email? Are you going to route it to the right agent? Maybe you've got your region, sales regions, or salespeople by product type. And if this inquiry is inquiring into product A, then you route it automatically to the salesperson that deals with product A. Workbooks can do all that for you, making sure nothing slips through the net. Yeah. So Andrea, yeah, please, well, talk to us. We'll help you get that sorted. Right. I don't think there's any more questions, Stuart. So let me wrap things up then. So the current release we're on is 7.3. Stay tuned for announcements on Force 24, the new marketing features for workbooks. We'll let you know about that. Do you fancy a CRM review? We do this on a regular basis with our customers, normally on an annual basis, and we just check in with you and over an online call, just really try and review where you're at with CRM and having a plan going forwards for the next 6 months, 12 months. So contact us if you would like a review there. And if you've got any topics for future sessions like this that you think would be of interest to other workbooks users out there, then drop a line to Stuart or myself. Be happy to consider those. So we're done, Stuart. Thanks very much for watching, those of you on here live. We'll catch up with you, hopefully, this time next week on another interesting workbooks topic. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.